Okay, everyone. Today we're gonna do the Battle of Waterloo from the British side. For those of you who haven't seen my other video from the French side, if you're more of a gamer, basically you want to learn how to beat the thing really badly, maybe look at that one. I took basically ideas I saw on forums and I put it together to um, make sure that Napoleon won. This time around, I want to play from the British side. Um, the British side is much easier to win than the French side because they have so many advantages. But it's still possible to lose. I mean, I've played it about 20 times. I won every single time, and I also um, even the first time I played this game, or the first time in many years, I didn't manage. I only barely managed to win, right? So that's what we're gonna do right now. Um, Played the battle from the British side, as the British General Wellington said, it's the closest, damn most closest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. So uh, for us, it's not gonna be that close, because I've played it so many times. I know exactly what to do, but it's still possible to kind of screw it up, right? And we'll be talking a little bit about that, how how to basically win, and make sure that the Napoleon doesn't beat off the British. So let's have this go. So the start of Waterloo, uh, the uh, the British general, he sits most of the time at this elm tree, sort of to the at the center of the British line. We're going to be moving Wellington around a little bit, so he's not going to be right in the center of the line. And we're going to go through each one of the units, the order of battle, to see what we have, and basically talk about where we want to position our troops, because where you want to put them is incredibly important in this map, because there's certain scripted events that happen, and if you're in position to take advantage of them, you basically won. I mean, you don't have to. You could play this map normally without knowing anything about it, as long as you basically reacted well to what the French did, right? So let's say the French attack with their horse, you go into square, the French are bombarding with artillery, you hide behind the slope. If you do things like that, you'll be fine. So if you just play it like any other total war game, any other map, you can basically win, right? It's not too hard, but it is possible to lose. And the reason why it's possible to lose is because Napoleon's units are so good compared to yours, and the you sort of get a sense of overconfidence too, because you have the Prussians coming to help you out, and you have what looks to be an unassailable defensive position. Right, you're on a hill. There's a lot of artillery, and you basically they have to attack you. The French have to attack you. So let's play through this map and see. Hopefully, the map loads. I just turned up the settings of the game up to ultra, right? So let's see how good it looks here. I've decided to make our stand here on the Brussels War south of Waterloo. Despite yesterday's rain, that fellow just keeps coming on. Um, the main body of my army is on the reverse slope to protect it from the Corsican's artillery. The remainder positioned at Hougoumont on my right, with a unit of Jaegers hidden in the orchard. Um, for some reason, he isn't talking. I turned on the subtitles and I turned them off, and it's sort of a bug. It makes Wellington not talk for some reason. Um, but that's all right. You'd rather hear me, right? So let's have this go. We've got three houses, and the French are arrayed far in front of us like this. Um, I didn't actually get a picture of um, the battle. Usually I do a picture of the battle, not this time around though. But I do have a lot of other pictures to show. So um, let's um, let's have this going. Um, so what we have here is we have the British deployment on basically this sort of reverse slope defense to guard against their artillery. They have a lot of stakes in front of their position, so it's really hard for the French cavalry to charge. And there's 3 houses that sort of serve as strong points. The house on the right side, the British right, the Hougoumont, the famous one, is basically where the French chose to attack. And then later on in the battle, the French send all their horse up the center, and then they send their Imperial Guard up the center. And it doesn't work because the British have so much fire superiority, right? It's called the thin red line. So instead of deploying sort of in a column like the French do, the British, they deployed in a line, and then basically it's only 2 men deep because they didn't want to waste men who couldn't shoot, and basically they can bring all their firepower to bear, right? And we can see this here, the thin red line. The foot guards here and the foot, they can shoot. With the game engine, it makes it a little bit easier to deploy in 2 lines, because what happens if one of these soldiers in the front dies, one in the back can walk up and take their place, right? This is basically the British line infantry, foot. They're very, very good line infantry. If we look at their numbers here, right? If we look at these foot guards, the guard units, these are the elite infantry of the British have, right? They're basically like the ones at Buckingham Palace with the hat. They don't have that hat yet. They get that after they beat the battle, Battle of Waterloo, and down over here it's actually the Napoleon's people who have this hat, right? They have what's called the bearskin hat. Let me go and find them. Where are they here? Here, bearskin hat. The hat is actually inaccurate, I think. It's using the wrong hat for these old guard. So there's several different kinds of Imperial Guardsmen that Napoleon had, right? They're basically the guys who fought with him for 20 years. They had a fearsome reputation, etc., etc. Let me see if I can show a picture of these Imperial Guardsmen. Just give me a second. Seems I missed the picture. Give me a second here. And you have basically these Imperial Guardsmen here, who basically the elite troops in the game. They're the best troops in the game, right? Because the game is called Napoleon Total War, right? Obviously, Napoleon's soldiers are gonna be the best, but they're the ones who fought with him. They all have to be 6 foot. So sorry if you're a short person. I think it was exempt if you got like the French Legion of Honor or something, and then you could basically join the Imperial Guard even if you were a short guy. But besides that, you had to be a tall guy. You had to have fought with Napoleon for a really long time, multiple campaigns, and they were all sort of had battle experience, right? There's no green troops on Napoleon's side. Well, actually, I don't know if that's true, but his troops were highly experienced. On the British side, I know that the British side, most of the British troops didn't have any battle experience before, right? So even though we have a lot of elite infantry here, we have sort of the foot guards here, and there's 2 units of foot guards. We're gonna keep them together. I was a little bit disappointed that we didn't get to see Coldstream Guards. So these are basically a unit. It's actually a unit in Napoleon Total War. Coldstream Guards. They're sort of elite infantry. They're second in the British order of precedence. When there's a parade, they're the second unit that come up. What we have is they're sort of a very famous unit that are British elite troops, right? The Coldstream Guards. But we don't get to see those here. It's actually they don't even. I think because this map was made before the DLC, and the DLC had the Coldstream Guards as a unit, right? So we don't get to control them here. Unfortunately, if we actually played the game in the campaign mode, we actually get to make some Coldstream Guard units, and you can only make one of them because they're so good. And I think that the Napoleon's Old Guard is actually as good or just slightly better than the Coldstream Guards, but the Coldstream Guards are your elite unit. So instead of those, we have the Foot Guards, right? Foot Guards are still elite units. They're basically beside the Buckingham Palace, and they have the hats, and they basically do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep them together, right? When we start the fight. Let's see what else we have. Like Wellington mentioned, we have some Nassau Jagers. So there's some Dutch Jagers. They are light infantry here, right? Basically, they're skirmishers. Let me take a look. The game differentiates between skirmishers and light infantry. Light infantry can actually fight as normal infantry. Skirmishers, they sort of screen your troops, right? So let's take a look. These are actually light infantry, right? They can fight in line. What I want to do is I want to put them like this, and then I want to turn on the light infantry behavior, right? Because as soon as I turn it on, basically, and turn on the skirmish mode, basically they'll fight, and if they take too many casualties, they'll fall back, they'll hide behind trees, they'll kneel. So if you zoom in on them right now, they're sort of standing, right? But if you turn them, I mean, they're hidden, so that's why they're kneeling, right? But I guess they're gonna kneel more, they're gonna shoot kneeling, etc., right? So that's what we're gonna do with them. Now on the British right or the French left is where they're gonna start their attack up this road. The road doesn't offer very much cover, and we're gonna take advantage of that, right? Basically, we're gonna keep our foot guards here, both units of them, on the elevation here, shooting downward, right? Now this is a little bit thicker than what I like to do, but I really want to keep the two foot guard units together because they'll be very powerful when they start to form square against the cavalry charge later on, right? Here we have the King's German Legion foot. So if we go to say we look at Wikipedia or anything like that, we see that the King's German Legion foot, it said that the German units were some of the more reliable troops. Now there's a lot of proper propaganda going on with the retelling of this battle. Basically, the British take a lot of the glory, and then there's some for the German mercenaries, and then the Dutch get shit on, right? There's a movie, at least a couple movies where, well, there's at least one movie, but they make the Dutch seem like the Dutch prince seemed like a coward, and the Dutch didn't really do anything, but they're a very important part of Wellington's army, right? I think at least half or more of Wellington's soldiers were non-British, right? And basically they form sort of the allied part of the army, right? And not everything was British, right? So you have these we already seen the Nassau Jagers, the light infantry here, and here we see the Dutch, and we have some more allied units, the Dutch units, the German units, and then we have the Prussians who are going to come along this road, like Wellington said, and they're going to attack across and attack Napoleon later in the day, right? Historically, they attack a little bit closer to where I am. All right, they go like this. They attack across, at least closer to the British position, right? But in this map, they're gonna attack sort of the rear of the French as they arrive, right? So that's my understanding of it, right? So basically, I mean, besides the fact that the units themselves are not 100% historically accurate, like just looking at the numbers, the game engine can only handle numbers in the low hundreds or 2,000, a couple thousands at most. There were 200,000 people fighting this battle. I think it was 70,000 on each side. I got to take a look at the numbers, but it was a lot more than here, right? So this is sort of just a representation. Another thing is that the scale is a little bit wrong too, right? So there's a lot of space between this house and this reverse slope here. So it's not exactly correct, right? But that's all right. We're gonna make what we can of it. The main thing is there's certain things in the game which, if we know, we can take big advantage of. Now, these houses, since we're playing the British and we're playing on very hard mode, the houses are actually not immune to artillery, right? Napoleon can blow them up, or he can basically make them burn or whatever. So they can't be they can be blown up. He usually doesn't. What the computer Napoleon does is he might attack this one here with some howitzer artillery and kills off a lot of people in this house. So what I like to do is I like to abandon this house, right? And besides the fact that I have foot guards here that I want over here, right? That's one reason. The other reason is that if you don't sit in the house, it may glitch the computer, right? The computer is not very smart, so it has certain things it's going to do, scripted actions. So if you go like this, and basically what's it called? If you do that and then get out of the house, it might actually be possible that that they will basically do some very, very strange things. So for example, they might even bring their artillery up this road, and then you can kill them with your horse. So you can always do that, right? Now we set up, while I've been talking, we've set up our right flank. Let's take a look at the center, what exactly we're going to do. We're going to try and leave our center as little defended as possible, and the reason is that what we want to do is we want to make our center as least defended as possible, so that we can basically lure Napoleon into attacking the center, right? Napoleon can actually attack the center, the left, or the right. It depends on what the computer thinks your disposition of units are, right? So it's a little bit smart in that way. But the main thing to pay attention to is we have to hold on. Now these are light infantry, so we can put them in light infantry mode, right? The main thing to pay attention to is the positioning of these cannons. So what you want is your cannons to be basically, your center is very strong. It has two cannon positions, and your cannons have unlimited ammunition in this computer game, right? So you want to take advantage of your artillery. Everything revolves around your artillery, right? And here you want to basically attack the artillery here. Now the British artillery cannot move because they're stuck behind these. I think they're called gabonades. So they're stuck, and because you don't have any horse artillery, it's sort of stuck artillery. You have to fight around your artillery, right? So what I'm doing is in the center, I'm switching the foot to go into the house here, to guard the house, and this King's German Light Legion, they're coming out, and I'm making all the light infantry basically act like light infantry, which is going to basically allow them to fight. Now in this game, light infantry is a very, very broken idea, right? Light infantry, you turn to light infantry mode, and when they fight line infantry doesn't do too well against what's it called, light infantry, because the accuracy in this game is actually way too high for what it is. So if you have light infantry, let's say these Dutch flank here in light infantry mode, and they fight, they might actually, even though they're quote unquote, they're statistically an unremarkable unit, right? They don't have that that much. He's 42 accuracy, reloading skill 47, range 100. The light infantry has a very good range, so the range is usually 100 or 125. So most people who play this game, they care about the range, right? How far you can shoot, right? Now let's take a look at the center. What we have are these rifles. So they're one of the movies is Sean Bean's movie, the Shark TV series. It's not actually a movie. I think it's a TV series, and these are basically representation of his units. The British have something called a Baker rifle, and the rifle is not like a musket. It's very, very accurate, and you can shoot individually with the rifle, unlike with a musket, right? So knowing that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring the rifles to the left flank, and we're going to position them here so that when the time comes, we can actually attack across here, and then try to basically sneak by and attack the artillery here, right? Now there's an issue here where basically you can go all the way around here and attack the artillery, right? So we're gonna hoof it here and send them to attack the artillery. I've never actually done this before. Go all the way here. Now the reason why we want to go all the way there is there's a ridge, right? So we don't want to basically get into this ridge, and we're sort of going far away from the battle. We want to go all the way around to be able to attack the artillery from the back, right? So basically we want to go here. I'm not sure if this is such a good idea. I've actually done it before. It might actually be a better idea to sort of go up this road and attack the artillery from the rear like that. But what the computer usually does is they position 2 units of infantry here to sort of protect that. So let's split the difference. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go right over here, and if it looks like that the computer is not protecting their flank, we're going to basically not attack there, right? We're going to attack there, and here we're gonna put our Dutch flankers here, the light infantry. Now we've got the 42nd Foot, the Black Watch. It's another elite troop. I think it's a Scottish unit. I don't know. I think they wear the kilts. Let's scroll up to them. Yeah, that's right. They wear the kilts. It's a Scottish elite soldiers. And we're gonna go into this house here because I figured out after playing this map a lot that if you put these troops inside the house, it's pretty good for the troops, right? And here we have some Nassau Jaegers. I'm not exactly sure where to put them. Usually what I do is I like to put them somewhere like here, right? But they never actually get attacked there, so I put them, say, right in the center here, right? Then I turn on the light infantry behavior once they get there. And let's talk about and here's some Dutch line infantry. This is more line infantry. I redeploy most of my line infantry to the center here, right? Basically to the left of the center, right? Basically to protect against a charge up this way, because the computer likes to go up here. Then I leave this center here, the actual center, undefended, to hopefully lure them in, right? Let's talk really quickly about where we're gonna put our horse. So for our Dutch light dragoons, you see here, what are these light dragoons here? Now dragoons, they actually have a gun, right? Let me scroll into this. Do they have? Yes, they have a gun here, and they also have a sword, right? So they can fight both ways, and they're good to put behind some of your units so that if they're standing on a horse, they can shoot, and they can also dismount. So hopefully, with a little bit of good micromanagement, we can send our dragoons to where they are needed when they are needed. So let's say our dragoons I mean, I hope they make it to here in time, right? And then they can shoot down this hill and possibly increase the firepower by quite a bit. We got to be a little bit careful because you see they're going like this. They're going straight through the spikes. We don't want that. So what we can do is we can go here, even here, because we don't want them to run through the spikes, right? Because the spikes actually damage your own horses if you run through them, right? Now we've got the household cavalry, the Earl of Uxbridge, very famous British horse commander, and we have these. Eventually, later on in the middle of the battle, it's going to be like that. We're going to use the horses to charge, but not at the start, right? Right at the start, we're going to try and keep a horse in the back. It's going to be sort of like a hammer and anvil thing. So we're going to keep our horses in the back and keep them from getting killed, right? Ideally, we want to attack their artillery with the horse, or we want to attack, use a hammer and anvil and hit the enemy in the back somehow, right? If we have to, we can use them in an emergency to attack other horse, but we shouldn't have to do that. Now here are the lifeguards, British household cavalry protecting the Queen. We have this, and we have the dragoons. So let's get all three of these into this diamond formation here, and we're gonna put them right over here. And how we're gonna use them is, as Napoleon is marching up the hill, he's going to encounter sort of withering fire from our units here, and then we're gonna use the horse to attack and clean him up, right? So that's how it's gonna go, right? Now, as for Wellington himself, where's the elm tree? The elm tree is sort of over here, I think. Here's the elm tree. It's definitely not on the other side of the slope, so it's probably here. But we're gonna put him a little closer to the right so that he can, because we know that the closer to the house is where the French are going to attack. So we'll keep him close to the not over the ridge, so he doesn't get killed by their artillery, because they like to target the general. But basically close enough to the fight so he can give sort of a bonus to the fighters, right? Now the last thing that we've got to do is, what are we going to do about our artillery? So our artillery is very simply, it's going to shoot their artillery, right? And we're going to use this bonus as soon as we can, just so that because there's three of them, we're going to use this bonus to start shooting as soon as we can, this artillery. And here we're going to use it again as well, to shoot that. I didn't hear the sound when I clicked it, so if you don't hear that clicking sound, maybe it's not working right. Maybe this one doesn't like to make the sound, I don't know. But that's what we're gonna do, and so there we go. We got our horses, we got our infantry. Now the important thing is that when everything starts moving, they get into the right place where they can shoot properly. Let's give it a shot, and let's get this party started. Napoleon's artillery, it's called the Grand Battery. It's here. It's gonna start shooting us pretty soon, and we're gonna have to basically eliminate as much of them as possible at the start, so they don't cause us any hassles, right? In the actual battle, the real one, Wellington basically hid all his troops behind the hill, so they couldn't get hit by the artillery. Well, that was the way he fought. We don't exactly have to do that, because the French artillery, there isn't actually enough of it, right? If we look here and we look at the artillery they have here, what you see is that I mean, they've got 4 units of artillery, but in the real battle, there's disagreement on this, but the real battle is that they had so much artillery that it would be like the whole French front had artillery on it, right? We don't have to worry about that so much. There's not as much artillery. but it's still a massive pain for us because we don't want to lose too many of our units to artillery. See, the artillery is starting, it's starting to shoot, and we can see if the artillery has actually managed to hit anything. So we go here, for example. See, it's way overshot, right? The artillery is way overshot. It didn't hit anything at all. That was totally inaccurate. Now let's see what is actually coming here. All the French units, they're starting to move. These Nassau Jaegers, let's turn on the light infantry behavior right now, and we're going to basically see what we can do from here. And they're still behind, right? Now they're gonna start shooting, and they're gonna delay this this French unit, the Fusiliers. I mean, if you look, 5 have already died, right? Which is pretty freaking good. The battle hasn't even started, and 5 have died. Now let's take a look over here. These French units, they're hoofing it, they're running, and we want to see where we're gonna go with that. And everyone is redeploying, right? All these, the Black Watch is going inside the inside this house on the left. In the center, the Foot are going in the house. Meanwhile, the King's German Legion Foot are going outside, right? So everyone is redeploying. Everyone's busy redeploying. The cannons have started shooting, and what we got to make sure is, as we do this, and the Foot Guards are here redeploying out here, that the Foot Guards can actually shoot down the hill as far as the King's German Legion Foot, because we don't want to be in a situation where only some of our units can shoot, right? We want it so that all these fields of fire overlap, right? So these orange bits. Let's see if that's true here. As soon as they come, see, it's kind of glitched now. Now you have to move it because it's a little bit glitched, and if you don't move it, they won't fire, right? That's the irritating part. Now down here, they're ready. Let's turn on the light infantry behavior here. We're gonna do that. And let's see here. I mean here. I mean, I think that's enough frontage. I'm pretty sure that's enough to fight here. And the horses are redeploying here, so it's getting ready. Now this may not be enough here. I may have to tighten it up a little bit so that I can get a little bit further ahead with this. Right, and here is Wellington. Let's have him stick out a little bit here, not too much, or he'll get targeted by the artillery, but a little closer so that he gives his bonus to the King's German Legion Foot. Now everyone's moving here. Light infantry behavior. Look at how far they can shoot. They can shoot ridiculously far, which is good. That's what I want, right? And here are my Nassau Jaegers and my Dutch flankiers. The Dutch are going to also go into light infantry mode. It's going to basically be very, very, very hard for them to attack. Now, what we have to watch out for is these grenadiers. They're going to try to go in the house to fight the Foot, right? The Foot should win, but we don't necessarily want that, right? We want them to be shot out before they go into the house. So let's pay closer attention to them. Let's see if we can target them with some artillery here. And let's see if the canister is in range yet. I don't think it is. It takes a while to get into range. Here we go. And turn on the light infantry mode here. And we have our rifles here that are getting ready here. Now, as soon as we go into this little bit here, what'll happen is the rifles will come under fire. But if we're in scrub and we're spread out, we should be all right. At least that's what I'm hoping, right? Or maybe I'll put them a little bit behind the house so that they basically have to engage the house before they engage me, and that's good. Now let's make sure the fields of fire here are sort of overlapping. Let's have this here, and this here. I mean, it's still not that amazing, right? It still needs to be a little bit closer. Now let's see, there's actually fighting going on here in the forest. 20 of these Nassau Jaegers have died already, and I've killed about 20 of theirs, right? So it's not the greatest, but it is something, right? I mean, let's have them attack because it seems like they're not oriented in the right direction to attack, right? Now let's take a look here. All right, that's good, that's good, that's good, and this is good. So we are good to go for the to repulse the French attack on the British right. On the British center here, we are also good to go. Look, they spread out so far. I went to light infantry mode and they've spread out so far, and that's the way it's gonna be, right? These Dutch line infantry, we're gonna concentrate them a little more, basically closer to the artillery to protect the artillery. So that's where I'm gonna go here. But you see the grenadiers are actually managing to rush into the house, which is something that I don't particularly like, right? So let's see if we can actually get these with. See, I don't think that's actually gonna work. We're gonna use this to keep shooting the artillery here, and hopefully we kill a few of their artillery pieces. Nothing's been killed so far, right? They still have all 4 of the artillery pieces in their units. Now look at this. The French are getting shot up, and there is a French horse unit here on the way. It looks like they're sending their horse into their to charge the rifles. So because of that, it looks like that light infantry basically attracts horse, right? Because of that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and go inside the house. It's a little late. Looks like he might be able to get a few kills off of me, but that's what we're gonna do. Usually this unit, the Erlan, attacks the center, right? But it looks like it's a scripted event. The Erlan always attacks the British rifles, and because I moved the rifles to the left, the Erlan's coming over there, right? So if you know what units the French will attack and when, you can basically get them to do something not very smart, right? Down here, what we have is basically here we have these foot. I don't know if the foot have actually fired yet. The Brunswick line infantry have fired, right? It's firing down this hill, and they're taking enormous fire here. If we watch them, right? I mean, they're starting to shoot here, and here are the foot. They're firing down the hill. Let's see how these horsemen are doing here. I mean, the horsemen are coming in here, and the rifles are going inside the house. I don't know if they have to walk to the front of the house to go inside it, or if there's a door here where they can go inside. Let's hope there is a door, because they're about to get really, really badly hurt if there isn't. Yeah, looks like looks like a lot of them died. A lot of the rifles died. They destroyed the rifles. I mean, I'm doing very badly now. Okay, about 30 of the rifles made it inside the house. At least I hope 30 made it inside, right? So that's fine. I didn't notice the horse. That's fine. And usually they attack the center. So if they had attacked the center, they would have taken a lot more damage than they are right now, right? And right now, we have this here. Let's go right here, and we will basically be able to attack these Fusiliers. I mean, there's so much smoke everywhere, and everyone's firing, and it's hard to see. It looks like these Grenadiers made it inside the house. 82 Grenadiers are fighting 160 foot, so I should healthily win. But I'm gonna send these Dutch line infantry into the house just in case, right? Give them a bit of reinforcements. Let's take a look here. 127 out of 160. As soon as they go red, what we're gonna do is we're gonna send in the dragoons and the lifeguards to basically attack, right? We're gonna attack, and then we're gonna rout them. So there we have this here. They're shooting. These are shooting as well. At least I hope they're shooting. I don't know if they're stuck or not shooting or what's going on, right? And now these are shooting here. And these Nassau Jaegers are losing now. We've delayed this one long enough, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna retreat here. Now let's see. There's a lot of smoke. You can barely see anything. These Fusiliers, they're still going on strong. Maybe because these ones are not shooting, right? I don't know why they aren't shooting. It's bugged a little. This is the only part I hate about the game, where they're sort of bugged and they don't shoot. Now the Erlon, his troops are getting shot up. I mean, there's still 40 rifles. That's still a pretty good unit. But now what we're seeing that the light infantry is taking quite a beating here, right? Is giving a beating to the horses, right? So let's see. There's a lot of smoke. You can't really see anything. I actually just turned on the smoke effects, right? So it's a little bit new to me, these smoke effects. Let's keep shooting the artillery. Hopefully we'll kill a few of the artillery pieces. And pretty soon we're going to charge these Fusiliers here, right? They're losing slightly, but they're not getting defeated. So I'm going to move my foot guards in front actually to take a better position so that they can shoot a little bit better, right? And maybe they will be a better position for these. And then these ones here, I'm gonna go like this because they seem bugged and unable to shoot, which is unfortunate. Hopefully when I do this, they're more able to shoot, right? Now, let's see this, the Dutch line infantry. Let's go inside the house now. I don't know why they haven't gone inside the house. Looks like this deployment hasn't been going well here. There's the horses are actually managing to wreak quite a havoc on my troops there. All right, here we go. It's red now. The foot have lost quite a few soldiers. It's not what I wanted. It's not ideal, but we're still gonna be able to defeat them here, right? Now let's send in the horses. Now the horses are going in, and I managed to put my Nassau Jaegers inside the house. They delayed those Fusiliers long enough. And where's the French? They've only got 4 horsemen left. And here Fusiliers, they're going inside the house. I think they may be going inside the house to basically attack it. So let's see if I can get some cannon shot on them. Now here, these can I don't know if they can actually shoot over here, right? Let's see if they can. Yeah, they can't. They cannot. They can't. They're not rotating. So they're gonna keep shooting at their artillery over there. Looks like I've only killed one person over there, which is not very good, right? So overall, it's not going as well as I hoped, but we should still be able to win here. And there you go. That. And the horse is attacking and charging. And now, let's turn the light infantry mode on and attack. Right. Okay. I don't know where I thought that there was going to be the Dutch light infantry would actually make their way into the house, but for some reason they're not doing that. They're just standing there. I don't know the reason why. Maybe they're stuck. Now let's attack the horse. We still have plenty of horse left. 50s horse units in the 50s, which is pretty good. So what I would usually do here is I would pull the horses back for another charge, right? And then I would charge again for the charge bonus. Now, Fusiliers 133. Turn on the light infantry mode. And shoot. And here we have the horse artillery here. And it looks like these Fusiliers, they did go inside the house to fight. And they're fighting the rifles and the 42nd Foot, but you need about 3-to-1 odds to win fighting inside a house. Even shooting into the house, you need 5-to-1. Inside the house, you need 3-to-1, right? And you need basically, unless you have really, really good troops at melee fighting, like the old guard, they can possibly handle 2-to-1, right? So we're gonna win this fight in these houses. They've got 80 soldiers inside the house. I mean, if you zoom in here, you can see sort of they're trying to break their way into the house here, and it's not working. You see inside the house, everyone's sort of standing. The doors don't close, of course, because that wouldn't be as exciting. In the actual battle, Wellington said that the whole battle sort of hinged on a closed door or something like that, right? Basically, they closed the closed door in here, and then there was a fight, and to try and break the door open, etc., etc. All right. We see the artillery here starting to shoot the house and hit the Nassau Jaegers. They managed to escape from the forest here, right? They did their job. 40 of them died, but they delayed one of these French Fusilier units. I don't know where it is. It's over here, 44 of it here. So they're going to be, those ones are going to be coming pretty soon. But let's see what we've got here. We've got these two horse units here. And they're getting ready for a second charge. Now let's charge again. Looks like one of these British units have started fleeing. This one right here, the Nassau Jaegers. That's fine. That's fine. don't know what's going on with these. They're not actually shooting here. There we go. And let's see, the French horse is coming again to kill these shaken, fresh. And here we go. The horse are going to destroy them. These foot guards, they've had very heavy casualties here. I'm going to run them back so that they can protect Wellington. They can't even form square anymore. There's only 37 of them left. Unfortunately, I sacrificed a lot of the foot guards. That's fine. Their sacrifice will be remembered. So all I've got here is, I've got 80 of the King's German Legion foot here. These can still form square. And the foot guards here are a full unit here. They can still form square, and so can this Brunswick line infantry, right? So what we've got to watch out here is for the horse, and to see how far the horse can actually go. Now, if we see this, I want to see their. I want to see if I can basically get my rifles all the way over here to shoot. Once these unit of horse disappears, I'm gonna send my rifles all the way around, and they're gonna sort of snipe at the artillery. But they're gonna stay in the house nice and safe until that happens. Let's have this happen right here. Now let's watch their horse and see where exactly their horse is going. Pretty soon their horse should move, right? These Nassau Jaegers, there's 37 of them. I want to put them in the forest where they can do the most good and they can fight. So get them outside the house. There's no need to stay inside the house here. And let's move your troops a little bit back to take advantage of this reverse slope, right? And there's this French unit here that is still continuing to fight. Let's get the line infantry out and onto the hill. Maybe they can form a volley here. And turn on the skirmish mode. Alright, let's see where we are right now. Here's these dragoons here that I brought up. I forgot about them. I didn't manage to make them attack, but let's see what we can do now. Maybe we can put them right over here. They can shoot down the hill. Okay, let's pay attention to their horse. Their horse is going to start moving very soon. We want to know where it's going, what they're doing with it. Unfortunately, okay, it looks like the French are breaking here. They're down. Let's get their skirmishers back behind the stakes, so that the horse don't decide to charge her. If they decide to charge her, that would be great, right? But they only do that at the very start. So let's see where it's going. There's one more unit of Fusiliers here, it looks like. Let's see if we can go here and maybe we can destroy them on the hill, right? as we're shooting down the hill like this. We'll go like this. Maximum firepower. It's even thinner than the Sid British line. It's just a unit of 1, right? Here we go. That should give maximum firepower there, right? Yeah, that should be the maximum firepower possible. There's a fleeing unit here. King's German Legion Light Foot are fleeing. I mean, I was sure that they had carbines, but if they don't, then I've got to go here and attack down the hill, which is... I was sure they had guns, right? I mean, they've already routed 2 of my light infantry units, which is not good. It means that many have died, and I mean, that's fine. They're light infantry, but it's not too good, right? It doesn't bode well for the coming battle if these have been already routed. Now let's go over here. Maybe what I can do is attack them in the back here like this. Hopefully they don't run through the stakes and kill themselves, because that would be stupid. And here come these. Now, how about I retreat them a little bit so that they can... the foot can get in the game. Okay, the horses are moving. Let's see where they're moving. I think they're moving straight to the right to attack. If they're going to the right to attack, it's going to be pretty hard to uproot them. So let's send these foot out here. I mean, a lot have already died. There's 101 foot left in this unit here. Now let's charge the horse. I mean, if you are gonna go through the stakes, that can't be avoided, right? Do this here. I mean, you avoid like that, and then you get them to attack like this. There you go. In the back, like that. Now there we go. It looks like they're done. And you go over here, and then back up the hill. But let's see where the horse is coming. So the horse is coming right over here. So I think basically what we have to do is we have to form square over here. Let me see if I can bring them back over here to form square, because what I want is for the French horse to hit my squares, right? I think I'm a little bit too late in doing that, because they're coming. I mean, I see all their horse coming, right? So let's go for square here. I mean, forming square here, and there's this unit here that's basically been defeated. And let's bring in the lifeguards here, because we might need them to charge the French horse. Give everyone a morale bonus, and let's form square here. And see if we can go here and form square as well, because it's clear that they're coming to basically kill us. The dragoons, maybe we can attack some of the horses in the back like this, from here. You can see this here. And here they're attacking the squares, the British squares. Basically, let's see what we got here. Like this, the squares. And that's the way it's gonna go, right? They're gonna attack these squares, and in the actual battle, Ney attacked in the middle of the day with only the horse, and he wasn't able to break the British lines, because if you attack with only horse against a square, it becomes a very, very bad day for the horse, right? The horses don't actually run into a solid massive men, that they all get shot up. So let's see where this goes here. Here we go. I don't know where Wellington is going here, but and the horse should be coming into here. Hopefully they don't run into the stakes and die. What I can do is I can charge these here, right? They can charge. Let's position over here so that I can have them walk. I mean, the grenadiers are coming, so the grenadiers are coming. And I have to be ready to fight the grenadiers. So what we need to do is probably go something like this. Right, let me see the hill. New Brunswick Line Infantry 80, and they have 40 horse and 58 horse. They're not going to win over there. But I can help them a lot by using a charge, right? So let's see here. Send my lifeguards in to charge Ney. I mean, it's good that running through these spikes doesn't actually kill off my own horse, my own spikes. That would be really annoying if it did. Now let's send these Dutch Light Dragoons to fight this horse here. I mean, and keep bombarding their artillery. One thing about this is that I've used my artillery so much that to guard this, that their artillery is still pretty much alive, right? I haven't basically destroyed very much of their artillery. Okay, there it comes. I'm sending the lifeguards in to fight Ney over there. And Earl of Uxbridge and the lifeguards. I mean, let's bring them back up here. And once they've charged, what you want to do is pull them out. Is this the Earl here? Okay, I want to bring the Earl out here. Lifeguards will go over here. I mean, I think their square is still intact, I'm not sure. but in case it isn't, I'm retreating these, right? Looks like the square may be broken, but let's attack anyway here. Let's see what I can brew with more of these horse over here. I mean, I want to keep them close to the grenadiers in case I need to charge the grenadiers to break them, right? So how about just keep the dragoons there to do that, and then I'll move these over there to the center. I mean, it's a lot of micromanagement. That's something I don't particularly like, but it is what it is. It looks like these horses are getting dropped here. The horse here are dying to this square here, and let's bring him up over there, and maybe I can do this here. I mean, maybe I can do that. I don't know. Hopefully the artillery doesn't kill my own stuff, right? That's good. I killed a lot of horses there. A lot of horses died there. Let's go back around here. Get enough of my troops out of there so that I can form another square. 49. Just a couple more soldiers out of there. Okay, they can form square now. Let's do it now. So you see, there's a lot of little micromanagement here that you gotta do. The Nassau Jaegers are getting destroyed here. I want to send them. Let's send them back. I mean, I had to take them out of melee mode, right? Now, let's send these here. Looks like my horse here, the horse artillery was killed by their horse somehow. Or maybe, I think what happened is these foot guards, it's friendly fire. I shot my own horse, my own troops, which is, I shot my own troops and killed my own artillery, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is, right? And this thing here, right, that's dead now. I could do this to Dutch guard lancers, Dutch light dragoons. So the Dutch are fighting on both sides, it looks like. Okay, their horse is gone. So what I'll do is I'll send my rifles here, and then maybe what I can do is I can pick off his artillery. Someone died. Enemy general killed. I mean, I'm fighting Ney here with my horse here. I'll just stuff him in the house. I mean, I've got a lot left now. These foot are still alive, and I've got a lot of troops still around. Um, 47. And these ones here, are they in square or not? 46. So it looks like they managed to kill the 1 or 2 dudes, and I can no longer form square. It's fine. Let's form line then. Cuirassier. Alright, let's go right here. I mean, let's charge him. Pull these ones back. Maybe it'll make them vulnerable to the charge. Looks like King's German Legion Foot and the Foot Guards are fighting these Grenadiers here. Let's redeploy them for maximum firepower. Hopefully they don't get shot and killed by artillery. I mean, that's a very bad line, right? Basically, the artillery can kill so many of them. That's why I didn't want to do that, right? Let's just do it. I mean, we have this here, so let's go up to here. And they're gonna be charged, so let's bring in the morale bonus here. I mean, they're charging, the Grenadiers are charging, right? Let's charge here. And get them behind the hill so they don't get hit by the artillery. I think they're going for the house, so let's get them outside the house because they're not going to win inside the house. There's only 19 of them. Cuirassier. Here are the rifles here. They're making a very bad move here. Hopefully they're not getting shot at by these. They are getting shot at. Hopefully they can disengage in time. I think they've got enough range to shoot these, right? Without getting shot. Let's charge the Grenadiers before they can make it inside the house. That should finish him off right there. And one little trick you can do is you can sort of move your horse through them, and what'll happen is they'll route faster, right? That's what you do. You move the horse through them, and they'll route faster. What I want to do is come back here. And it's going into a melee, so let's charge down the hill. What you can do is, I mean, moves through the grenadiers, right, and then they'll kill a bit more. And it looks like the computer doesn't really know what it's doing. It's moving. It's not fighting. So what'll happen is they'll keep moving and dying. Now this charge here should wipe them out here. I mean, I still have these horse here. I didn't even realize that. I mean, these artillery here are dead, right? There's no more cannons. All the cannons got killed somehow. But let's see, this horse artillery here. I finally managed to kill one. This one here. Haven't managed to kill one yet? No. Alright, here's the fight here of the grenadiers. And what I can probably do is I can charge them in the back here. And, I mean, just finish them off, right? Oh, these aren't going. All right, there we go. We didn't need to. Sometimes they sort of route when they hear the charge thing, right? So let's see where they decide to send their horse, because that's gonna be where we send our troops to reinforce. Their old guard. So their old guard is gonna come and attack. Alright, 35 rifles. Let's bring in the rifles here. We'll bring in the rifles here to hide in there. Hopefully they'll hide inside this brush until it's a good time to attack. And let's send dragoons back up this hill here. We'll need them. Okay, so far so good. It looks like what's going to happen next is Napoleon's Imperial Guardsmen are going to attack. It's going to be these middle guard here coming up the center, but in the game there's no middle guard. There's only these ones, the Imperial Guardsmen here, right? The old guard. So we're going to send, he's going to send these old guard units up to attack. The two very, very good units, but we've kept a lot of our troops alive, so hopefully it won't be too hard to destroy them. One thing is that our cannon in the center has been destroyed. I'm not actually sure how that happened. I think it's because of friendly fire. I shot out my own artillerymen, which is pretty funny. I put troops right behind the artillery. But let's see where the old guard are coming. They should start moving soon. I mean, it's only been a quarter of the time, and there's still a lot of time left, right? There's been a lot of pausing. I paused a lot of the game. So yeah, the rifles are hidden here. They're ready to come in and destroy the artillery when they get a chance. The foot are here, garrisoning that. Alright, they're starting to kill these horsemen, so let's pull them a little bit further back here, out of the way. And let's see if we can sort of do a reverse slope here so that they don't get killed. I mean, a lot of our light infantry has routed, right? That's the thing. Alright, it looks like the French are moving to fight the British, and the old guard, let's see where they are. So here's the old guard here. Napoleon's Imperial Guardsmen, they're running. They're probably gonna attack straight up the center where I don't have a working artillery piece. Yeah, it's gonna be right over here. So what we're gonna do is I'm actually not sure what I'm going to do here. I think the answer is a thin red line. I think that's the answer. So we go over here and we shoot them like this. Right. So let's say we let's have some of the old guard over here like this. I mean the foot guards foot here. Let's put the horse over here so that I can attack them in the back when the need comes. Foot guards and these two units of foot guards here. They're gonna attack straight up the center, right? I don't have to defend this position because there's no artillery, right? But there is a house, and I could go in the house. Now I do not actually want to go in the house, and the reason is that going to the house will basically they can go into the house too, right? That's the problem. They can go into the house, and if they go into the house, they will be better than me in the house. So I don't want that. And Brunswick line infantry. So we have some line infantry here, which is good. We're gonna need every single little bit we can get. And King's German Legion foot, which can be right over here. And here we send these ones here on the right side. Alright, here come the Imperial Guardsmen. I mean, that was a bad thing there. A lot of soldiers died there. Hopefully some will get up. You see, some get hit by the cannonballs and they get up. About 10 of them died. That's fine. And the general staff is ready here. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna make a line of infantry here that'll shoot down on the guard as they come down like this. Actually, what I'll do is like this. I'll keep them together. And let's get the horse ready to attack as well. The horse is gonna go over here. Alright, here they come. They may be running into the house, but probably not. They're probably not going into the house. Alright, the French forces have basically started to go in the rear to begin to engage the upcoming Prussians, right? Prussian, four corps Prussian troop are coming up. What we can do is now we can send these rifles. I don't know what the computer likes to do is they like to use Napoleon to guard the artillery, which is pretty funny. But the Napoleon unit has 24 horses, right? So it's kind of a little bit of a dangerous unit, and you don't exactly want to fight even 24 horses with 35 riflemen. You never want to do that, right? But let's see where here comes the decisive moment of the battle. The old guard, they're coming up, coming straight up the center, the British center. Now here's the shooting here. Looks like that the foot here, they've got no more ammunition, so they can only fight, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here. We're gonna wait until the right moment, and then we're gonna send them in to basically charge. So that's what we're gonna do, right? Because they're out of ammunition. They can't shoot. These ones still have ammunition. They still can't shoot. It's gonna become basically a big melee fairly soon. I mean, I think one way to play it would have been to target Napoleon from the very start, and he probably could have by now killed him, because the computer doesn't bother to keep their generals protected. Alright, I don't know what's going on here. It looks like they might be going this way to come after the Dutch light dragoons here, to attach the Dutch. That could be the actual the trigger that basically the old guard may just always go after the Dutch. I don't know if that's the case or not. But it looks like the shooting started, so it's fine. The shooting started. All the British line infantry are starting to shoot down the hill, and the old guards already lost 10 of their number, which is quite a lot actually. Looks like I don't know if they're going inside the house or what. I think they're trying to go inside the house, so we're going to destroy them as they're going inside the house. Let's do that, because they're trying to go inside the house, and it's not going to work because we are right there, right? And I think the old guard here may be trying to go inside the house as well. So let's prevent that. I mean, at least try to kill as many as we can before they go inside the house. We're not actually gonna fight them inside the house, because that would be fairly suicidal to fight 6-foot guys in a house. But let's see where this goes. They're not going to the house. They're charging up the hill, which is fine. Let's go over here and see where we can go here. Here's our foot. They cannot shoot yet, so let's very tired, fresh. You should be all fresh. And Napoleon's guardsmen are basically gonna get shot up. I don't know what they're doing. They're sort of standing there in the wrong direction. Let's keep them over here. I don't want to send them in yet because I think there's some kind of traffic jam. They're not getting and I'm sending in these foot to attack, right? And they only have the melee because they've only got melee available. They don't have any bullets left. And let's send the Dutch over here to shoot them like that. Alright, Napoleon's screwed. I've got all these men on the hill shooting down into them. There's a fight going on here, and there's lines of battle forming, and I've got some horse here, but send some more horse over here. Okay, now on the left flank, I mean I could sit in this house forever, and it wouldn't matter, right? But I might as well advance, right? I don't want to advance to the point where, I mean, let's just stay here. I don't want to advance to the point where the artillery can start shooting me. That's the main problem, right? And they've still got horse here that they need to use to engage the Prussians. So the game, there's still a good solid 20 minutes at least of fighting. With all the constant pausing I'm doing, it might be quite a while. Now, look at this. 105, 71. Meanwhile, the foot are going in and fighting with their swords, stabbing people. Meanwhile, the Napoleon, their old guard, they're sort of running up the hill and running into the foot. Right? Let's get these horses out of there because it seems like they're being shot at. Rally everyone. And I mean, these foot are very heroic. A lot of them have died fighting the old guard. Let's pull them back now. It sort of blunted the charge, right? I mean, look at that. You just run them back, and now the old guard are very confident now. I should have kept them there. They wouldn't have been so confident fighting, right? Now I think I'll charge him as soon as I can, but let's have a volley. Forming a square now. And let's charge here, but also send the horse in to charge here. Now let's get ready when they're sort of at low morale here. We're gonna send in our horse and drop them. How many we got here? Looks like they can, so they might as well charge. No more ammunition. Oh, these. No more ammunition as well. Now these ones have ammunition. What about these? Charging down the hill, so there should be a lot of momentum, right? Let's charge down the hill again. charge down the hill again, and let's finish them off with the horses, right? Here we come. Here come the horses. I mean, this unit might not make it, but French unit here. A lot of the horses are dying properly to their guardsmen. This foot unit has been routed. Now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna charge here as well. Alright, there we go. The shattered charging destroys the morale, right? So that's the goal here. I mean, these ones died here, the Brunswick line infantry. Now that's the issue here. Let's see how many of these our charge can break. Right? There we go. I mean, the artillery is hitting their own stuff, right? It's just, everyone is just fighting everyone together. Just one big mess here of people fighting each other. There goes one more unit there. Oh, Wellington is close enough to give the bonus. 43, very tired. I mean, I probably should have stayed on my hill, right? And a lot of my units are routing now. Because these old guard are so good. I mean, never underestimate the old guard, right? That's the problem. Now let's have this fight here. Alright, there it is. Okay, we managed to destroy them at a very heavy cost though. A lot of our units routed. And a lot of our horses died, right? A lot of horses. Okay, what I can do now is we can send our troops in to fight and mop up Napoleon. One issue is whether or not Napoleon himself will come and fight. And if he does, what are we going to do about it, right? His unit is only 24 horses, so it's not a lot of men. But it's enough that it's an irritation, right? So what we want to do is we want to send all our horsemen over here. Kill Napoleon. It's probably what we should have done at the start, kill Napoleon early on. I mean, the French have nothing left. They're using most of their horses to fight the Prussians. Let's see how that is going actually. I mean, the fight just started and the Prussians seem to be doing extremely well. They haven't lost very many of their forces yet, right? The question is, if I go here with my rifles, what's Napoleon do? And let's just do it. I don't mind if I lose a rifle unit, because the horsemen are going to come and kill Napoleon fairly soon. Here they are. It's about 40 horses against Napoleon's 24. Should be enough because they're actually not a very good horse unit. It's the general unit. There's still a Allied general killed. So it looks like Blucher charged into the French lines. Alright, here come the horse to kill Napoleon. They're coming, they're on the way. And I'm sending in my rifles to destroy the artillery from the back. And let's see if I can engage here like that. I mean, I still have a lot here. These are still around. I have some line infantry left. Two rows of line infantry. I mean, you can go like this and basically. I mean, attacking artillery head on is stupid, right? You should never do it. But it gives them something to shoot at least. Alright, now we've got these rifles back here. As soon as the horse starts attacking Napoleon, I'm going to send the rifles in to shoot the artillery. There we go. Lots of them are dying. Send this in here. And Napoleon is fighting 7 horses against 20 or so horses. Here come the foot, the Black Watch, the guys in the kilts. They're gonna come in and fight the last British line infantry here. I mean, these are here, right? I mean, they're starting to shoot canister, which is nuts. Look at how far that is. I don't want to be in canister range, right? Let's get out of canister range. Look at that. I mean, that's it. The rifles have killed 2 of the artillery pieces. The 3rd one's about to get killed off. And this one's about to be killed here. So we've managed to defeat Napoleon before. The other few times I played this battle, I would wait until the Prussians fought off Napoleon here. But Napoleon's already dead or running. Let's see, enemy general wounded, so he's already running, and all his forces have already been defeated, right? So yeah, that's it. Battle of Waterloo from the British side. It's a very easy map to play because even the first time I played it, I didn't know how to do any of this stuff. I didn't know how to run, I didn't know how to charge, I didn't know how to use the horse, and I still barely won it, right? So it's probably one of the easiest maps on very hard mode, which is why on the British side, which is why it's the first map, right? The first map you unlock. But let's finish this off then. I mean, we got one horse here. I mean, once you don't want to get too cocky with the artillerymen and the horses, because some artillery units are actually extremely large. It could be 24, it could be 30, and I've actually seen once where the artillery beat the horse. It's a look, it's red now. The horse are red. Even though and look at this. Look at how many of the foot guards are dying to the canister shot, and canister does not have that range. The what's it called? The game is fairly bugged in that regard, in that canister basically once you open up canister, it has almost infinite range. So I mean, here 10. There's only 10 horsemen left. 20 horsemen here. 16. Let's fight that way, right? And here we have the rifles here. It's a French unit. There's no more here, right? 4 out of 4, 23 out of 24. They're running. And these are running, right? I think they're hidden. That's why they're hidden. So actually, they're hidden inside here. And let's do it here. Hopefully, they don't get killed by the. Yeah, they're hidden. See, they're in the tree. So, yeah. But here come the Fusiliers. Oh, the Black Watch is actually running. Wow. How did that actually happen? It must have been the artillery fire. The artillery fire must have destroyed them, right? They started with a full unit of 150 soldiers, and they got defeated by these Fusiliers. See, that's why hard mode has this very hard. It can surprise you with some crap, right? Because this should not have happened at all. Should have been able to defeat them, but it's the way it is, right? And now you've got these Dutch. The Dutch actually survived longer than the guys in the kilts, which is hilarious. Look at this here, because the Dutch in the battle have a reputation of it's an undeserved reputation of being cowardly. Like they got a whole if you watch the movies about this, it's always like the bad guy is a Dutch guy who's a coward and doesn't want to fight. But it's not necessarily true, right? They were very brave fighters, right? Maybe they had bad leadership, maybe not, but that's a different story, right? Let's turn on light infantry mode so they don't stand in line and get shot. The artillery is finally dead. It's taken a while. I mean, there's one more here. And this light infantry is fighting their Fusiliers. And this Black Watch is running, which is hilarious. I think they should rally before the end. Okay, everyone started running. I guess they had enough. The whole battle is over. Routing. See, there you go. So I destroyed their last artillery piece. Routing. Everything is running, and that's it. All right. Thank you for watching. Battle of Waterloo from the British perspective. June 15th, 1814, right? Let's see how badly we've beaten them by. End battle. Close victory. They came in on the same old way, and we beat them in the same old way. I mean, for some reason it's bugged and you don't get to hear the Wellington actor say that line. But whatever, I'll fix that a little later. Let's have this here. We have, I mean, you can see that I've basically played it many times, but and I've even got a Pyrrhic victory too, where you lose so many that It's not a good victory. Fire victory. Let's go. So I've killed 14-7-4, and basically they killed around the same amount, right? So that's the same amount of kills. I mean, the Black Watch lost a lot at the end. That shouldn't have happened, right? And a lot of the light infantry got killed early on. The Brunswick light infantry, they died almost to a man, right? Down here, these foot, I mean, they killed 1-for-1 here. They should actually do better because they're elite infantry here, especially these foot guards here. They only killed 108 here. Yeah, overall, it's not that amazing, especially near the end, because a lot of stuff got killed or routed that shouldn't have been. But I mean, even the Duke here lost 12 here, probably to artillery or horses or whatever. And I lost an artillery base, so definitely it can be improved on. But no matter how you do it, no matter how many you kill, it is fairly easy to beat this as long as you keep your soldiers together. It can get a little hairy at the end. So basically, at the back of the map, I mean, it's grayed out right now. So at the back of the map, there's a house here you can go to. So the British also have a house at the back. It's this church here. You see, there's a door here, so there's a church. You can run to the church. So I've actually got pushed back there once or twice because I didn't save enough to beat the old guard. Right? I wasn't able to defeat them because those units are so good. Unless you attack them with overwhelming numbers, you can't really defeat them. Yeah, unfortunately, the more died than needed to die. But yeah, that's what it is, right? Okay. Thank you for watching. And check out my other videos too on the channel. See you later.